everybody, this is Bonnie from Bonnie's Creative Place.stampinup.net, and this is a card that we made at my Monday night workshop, and I wanted to share with you how we made this card. Before I get started, there's a little pink square over on the right hand side of the screen here. If you could click on that, that'll let you know when I upload any other videos. If you could like and comment, that really inspires me and lets me know that someone's watching my videos, and I'd really appreciate that. And lastly, if you would like to purchase any of these products that I've got here, you can go to bonniescreativeplace.stampinup.net. And that was not lastly, because one other thing, if you'd like to join my team, I'd love to have you. And you can also go to bonniescreativeplace.stampinup.net and you can click on the join button there. We have a wonderful little group of ladies, and we get together and online right now, and we do our little chit-chatting, and I have little challenges and stuff, so I'd love to have you guys. So if that's something you'd like to do, whether it's a hobbyist or whether it's to do it as a business like I do, I would welcome you either way. So let's get started onto this card. Is this card not fun? I absolutely love it. So let's get started on how I made this card. Okay, first thing I want to let you know, the stamps that I'm using is Dragon Garden, Dragonfly Garden, not and we'll be using the different punches and stuff here. And then the other thing that I'm using for the happy birthday, this stamp right here is from the Pansy set. So I liked that happy birthday, and it fit in there quite nicely. So first thing, we have a piece of Daffodil Delight. Whew, lost it there for a minute. That is 8.5 by 5.5, and we're going to score it at 4 1/4 in the middle. And so we're going to score this right down. Now I have my little cheat sheet template here. So I don't even know. Don't even know what to call this. I guess a window card. I don't really know. So I went ahead and I just finger pressed that. Normally I always tell you get out the bone folder and really score it really good, but I don't want you to do that this time. This time I just want you to finger press it. And then I'm going to see if I can zoom you in a little, that my camera, that you can pick up on this. I'm going to try my best to angle this in here. Okay. So what we got to do is we got to put this in, and we got to put it at the 1 1/4 inch mark, not on the score line. This is on the end that opens. See how it opens there? This is the score end over here. So we're going to put this up here at 1 1/4. We're going to bring this down. We're going to use our score tool. We're going to make a little mark right here, and then we're going to come down here, and we're going to push and make a little mark right down here. Okay? Now, you might not be able to see them because they are really tiny little marks. I'll bring them up, see if the camera won't pick it up. There's one right there, and there's one over here. Okay, so anyways, now we have that mark. Now we're going to turn it so we have the score mark right here up at the top. I'm going to line this up first, and then I'll turn the camera. We're going to bring this in at 1 3/4 of an inch. So I'm bringing this in right here, and it's at 1 3/4, and we are done with the score. So now we're going to bring this down. Now on this little cutter, there's these little marks right here. This mark right here lines up all the way across, and it's just past the 3 inch mark. It's about 2 tick marks past it. So I'm going to push down, and I'm going to cut all the way down to just about a little ways past. I'm looking here, making sure I'm all lined up, and I'm good. And I'm going to stop. Then I'm going to pick this up. Then I'm going to bring this back in. I'm going to line that tick mark up with the cut line. So I've got that tick mark we made earlier, and I've got it lined up with the cut line. I'm going to come back down here. And now I'm going to cut all the way over to this line, which is about 3 3/4 going that way. So I'm going to come across. I'm watching my little arrow here for when I get closer. Sometimes if you went all the way, you'll be able to feel it if you did enough. If you didn't, then you just cut it with your scissors. And then we'll lift this up. And oh, it didn't cut through. That's the problem. But it normally cuts through. I must not have put enough pressure, because see, it wants to come apart. There we go. It's coming. There we go. I have a little bit of... just make sure you apply more pressure. I probably didn't apply enough pressure because I was sideways. But there we go. Then we have this. So now we don't need the cutter anymore. We can get rid of that. And I'm going to zoom you guys back out. Oops, sorry. There we go. And we're going to lay this out flat, just like this. We are going to take our some little score tape here that we have, and I'm going to put score tape all along here. From the edge of this, right along here, all the way down to here. Just like that. Okay? And tear it off. Then we're going to use our little, take your pick tool here, or piercing tool, whatever you have, and peel this up. Okay. Then we're going to bring in our window sheet. And we're going to take this window sheet and we're going to line up this edge right here. Right here on, I want the, it doesn't matter if it's extra or lower, like it doesn't have to be even. I just want these to line up with the edge of this. So once I get one edge, I kind of hold it with my finger. Then I'm going to come down here, making sure this other edge is lined up. And then I'm just going to let this drop. So this is all good and lined up like that. Now if you have a little extra, like I do right there, because I don't know, I just, sometimes it happens. It didn't happen with my last one, but it's happening with this one. Take your embossing pool, or take a little powder that you have on your little finger, you know, some baby powder or something, and just go across this right here. Don't get it on your, don't go crazy, like too overly exciting that you get powder over there. You don't want that. You just want to make sure that that little piece is not sticky anymore. Okay. I must, when you line it up, it might have just been the way I laid it down. I'm not really sure, but you want to make sure that that is cut now. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we are going to take some little glue dots here. And we're going to pick up a glue dot. And depending upon how much you left on each end, like this end I have more, that end I have less. So I probably will put 2 here. So I'm going to put 1 down, and then I'm going to get another one, and I'm going to put another one down, maybe. And there we go. And I'm just putting them right on the corner there. Just give them a cute push down. And then over here, I'm going to put another one down. So just like that. So that's how you get your ends to stay on the end. All right. So now we're going to fold this. This is why I didn't want you to give it a really good crease yet. Because if you give it too much of a crease now and then you do it again later, it's going to line this up really even and then push out and then crease this down with your finger as good as you can first. I'm trying to find what here it is. Then keep creasing this part. Crease it several times if you have to. Make sure you get it right here too, and then do that. And then you have this wonderful card that will sit up like this. Now I'm just going to set this aside for a little bit while we get ready to do some of the other stuff that we need to do to our card. Okay, so we're going to do some stamping. But as you noticed, this is a very pale colors. And I did that with the soft Paisley's chalk. I call it chalk. I love it. I've always loved the chalk. I missed it when they took it out of the catalog. I'm so excited that it's here. A lot of people want to know if they're going to add more colors or anything. The only thing I can tell you is if you buy it and it sells good, then they'll probably add more colors. So that's the best I can go for you there. I'm going to bring in a scrap piece of paper because this is going to hang off. I'm going to put this down. I'm bringing in Versamark. And I am stamping this up with Versamark. Now, a yucky pad definitely does better with this than a good pad. And I want this down a little bit. I don't want it too far to the top. So right about there. Only because you could see it better. And you'll see what I mean. You might be able to pick that up. You might be able to, because my pad's dirty. But if you have a brand new pad, it might be a little bit harder to see that. So a yucky pad works better with this. So now we're going to color. And we are going to bring in some Q-tips. Now, I like a Q-tip that, the ones that are my favorite are the ones that have the little point, I think. And I'm going to have my head down in this. So if it's in the camera, I'm very sorry. Let me try to zoom you guys in so you could see what I'm doing more. But the more I zoom you in, the farther away I have to get it. So here, I think this will be good. It may not be perfect, but I'm dipping this into the yellow paisley chalk right here. And I'm forming like some chalk dust. If it's really hard and you can't get any, take the spatula part to your anything, actually, end of your tape, your pick tool, whatever, and just kind of loosen it up like this, and it'll give you a little bit of that dust. So that's kind of what you want to do. So you want the dust is what you want. So now I got a little bit of the yellow, and I believe it's called Daffodil Delight in here, and I am just going to go over top of this and watch the magic. It just does its own thing. Is that not wonderful? And then I'm going to find another one that's right here. And I just keep going back and getting more chalk. And it's okay if you get it onto the other ones, because that's part of the fun of using the chalk. Okay. So there we have 3 of them. So I'm going to leave that and put that back right there. And now the color that I need is this lovely peach color. And I'm getting myself some of that. And I got some right here. I just love when you start coloring with it, the pop that it makes. I hope you guys are getting all this. I hope my head's not in the camera because I'm trying to find it. Sometimes you have to tip it just to see where it is. I don't have the best of my reading glasses. And now I'm going to go for the purple one. I don't remember the colors. They're on the back. And I'm just going to sponge a little bit of this off because I want it a little lighter, but not too light. I'm going all the way down through here like that. And then there's one right here. So I'm going to go like that. And there's one over here. Get that one. And then I'm taking the blue. I think this is Coastal Cabana. And right up here, there's a little bit underneath. And then we got some right along here. And it's okay. I like the little shadowing. That's what it makes it a beautiful card. And now the last color that I'm going to be taking is the green. And then I'm just filling in all the rest of those areas that have the leaves in it. And it's good to go over some of them, like over top of some of the green. It'll add a little character. And then just kind of pick it up, make sure you got all your spots covered. You know, I mean, if you don't have something covered, but I just like to pick it up and make sure I have everything covered. Well, see, there's a couple here and there that I've missed. Okay, and so that's how I did the flowered one. So now I'm going to show you how I did the butterfly. Or the dragonfly. So I went ahead and I just kind of did the same thing, but I'll just show you. I'm stamping it on the Versamark. I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to stamp it right here. I'm going to go down the middle of this first with the green. If you get too much of the chalk powder on there, just go ahead and you can use the other end where it's and help rub it around or blow it off. Then I'm going to take the yellow, which is Daffodil Delight, and I'm going to do the upper wings, going right into that green. And same thing on this side. Okay. And then I'm going to take the Costa Cabana blue, and I'm going to go right into that green and into some of that yellow. And I'm going to color the bottom of this, the bottom wings of. So there we go. So that's how you use these, well, how I use them. There's several other ways you can use them, but this is one of the ways that I use the little chalk, soft chalk, and that's what I do. So if you like this, add this to your shopping list. All right, let me zoom you guys zoom back out there. And now let's start putting this together. Punch out the dragonfly first. So we gotta get them all the way down in here. And if the paper's too long, which it is, we'll just give it a little trim. Looks good. We'll punch him out. So we got him all done. And then I have a bunch of papers here. Now I'm gonna take this one, and this is going to get attached to this. Like that. And then I have two of these. This is a little different. This designer series paper came out of the Brights pack, and this is Granny Apple Green, and this is the new pattern. I use this one up for this one, but I'm going to use this design for this other card that I'm making here. So we're going to put this down first. Okay, and I'm just going to place this right here, kind of leaving a little bit of a border around the edge of that, just like that. Give it a little push. Then I'm going to take the DSP, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm leaving just a little bit of a border. This lines up right about the edge of that. Well, not quite the edge, because it's just a little bit of a gap there between the two of them, like that. And then inside here, I just kind of wanted to hide the the window sheet on the bottom. So I made another one, and I'm just putting this one right here inside a little. So it just kind of hides it some. So we're going to put it inside. And then I also added another green piece. And I added a Whisper White, but I don't know what happened to my piece, so I'll have to add it later. But I'll show you. And this goes right on this side inside the card. So I put it, well, that went on there very crooked. Okay, let me see. Let me do it this way, and then I'll show you it. Okay. So I put a piece on the inside, and that's what I did here on this one, but I added a white piece where you could write, you know, whatever you wanted to write when you were giving this to somebody. And then I went ahead and I took a glue dot again. And I added 2 little glue dots, 1 to each wing. And I just stuck this right here on the center of that. Then I went ahead and I took a piece of scrap white and the happy birthday here. And I stamped this in Smoky Slate. Yeah, Smoky Slate. I just wanted all the soft colors, so I just really stuck with the softness of everything. And then I gotta grab the oval punch here. I took the oval punch and I punched out the happy birthday. Like that. And then out of the scrap piece of paper that we cut out, I punched out one of the ovals for the back side of that. Now, you are going to need the yellow again here. And what I did, let me find a scrap piece. Here we go. I ended up taking the darker yellow this time. And I just kind of went around this a little bit just to give it a little bit of color. And so it wasn't, because everything else was so soft. And then you had this great big pop of white. And I'm like, oh, that needs to be some softening up. And I just kept going around it until I got it where I liked it. And then, you know, just like that. Use your fingers if you want. Rub it around. Make it smoother. So that's what I did with that. And then I'm going to add some, get some stuff out of my way. I'm going to add some Stampin' Seal Plus. I put this right in the center. Then we're going to take some Stampin' Dimensionals, because I wanted this to pop a little bit. But I'm only putting them on the bottom half, because I don't want them to show on the back side of the window sheet. So I'm going to put them there. And then I'm going to add this right here. See, so I have it so you can't see them back there. And then I went ahead and I took some of these elegant gems. If I can get into how I can get into them. Oh, here at the top. I guess I had them opened already. And I'm just going to add like 3 of them. It doesn't really matter which ones you add. There's these ones. I mean, I'm going to even add these ones because I think these are really pretty. And I just added one up here. And one right here. And then one right here. And this is a beautiful little card. Isn't it cool? I just fell in love with this card. It's a lot of fun. It's not that hard, really. And I hope you guys give this card a try. And I thank you. Like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff, everybody. Bye-bye.